They do not move, they do not roar, but they've devoured more lives than you can count. These aren't creatures of nightmare. They're plants, and some of their strangest stories are absolutely true. A Victorian man claimed he saw a tree eat a woman. Charles Darwin once fed meat to a plant, and it ate it like an animal. Insects disappear into their traps. Frogs, salamanders, even rats. But what if I told you that's just the beginning? Because behind the known science, there are behaviors we still can't explain, myths that refuse to die, and secrets hiding in the misty corners of the natural world. This is the final journey into the mysteries of carnivorous plants. Before we explore the experiments, legends, and living questions, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to Science Beyond the Lab, and share this trilogy with a curious friend. You've seen how they kill. You've learned how they evolved. Now, see what they've been hiding. From the moment carnivorous plants were discovered, they've captured more than just insects. They've caught the human imagination. To the early explorers, a plant that could eat flesh was terrifying and divine. In Victorian-era newspapers, tales spread of a man-eating tree. In the jungles of Madagascar, according to one sensational account from 1878, a tribe fed a woman to a coiled, vine-like plant with serpentine fronds that wrapped around her and squeezed. The story was later revealed to be a hoax, a fabrication designed to sell papers. But by then, the idea had taken root. And to this day, people still wonder, could there be a plant somewhere remote capable of taking down something larger? We've never found one. But nature keeps surprising us. Let's turn to what we can prove. Because sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. Charles Darwin, father of evolution, was obsessed with the sundew. He spent years testing how these plants digested animals. One day, he dropped a piece of roast beef onto a sundew leaf. Another time, an egg yolk. He even tested urine, milk, and mucus, meticulously recording how each secretion was digested. Why? Because Darwin believed sundews weren't just passive absorbers. They were active digesters, like animals, and he was right. When he fed them meat, the leaves bent inward, digestive juices secreted, and days later, only dry fragments remained. Darwin concluded that sundews showed animal-like sensitivity. Despite having no brain or nerves, they could sense food, they could respond, they could choose. It was a revelation that blurred the lines between kingdoms. In 2009, in the remote mountains of the Philippines, scientists discovered a new species of pitcher plant, Nepenthes attenboroughii. This plant was so large, it could hold nearly 2 liters of water in a single trap, and inside, they found the remains of rats. It's not that the plant actively hunted them. More likely, small mammals seeking water slipped in and drowned. Still, To a plant, this was a full-course meal. Another large pitcher species, Nepenthes raja, was also found with frogs, lizards, even birds in its traps. These are no longer just insectivores. They're opportunistic omnivores. And while they won't chase you through the jungle, they remind us that even a still organism can hold lethal power. In 2017, Canadian scientists noticed something odd. Juvenile salamanders were disappearing from bogs. The culprit? Sarracenia purpurea, a pitcher plant common in North America. Insects were expected. Salamanders, not so much. But young amphibians were crawling inside the pitchers. Perhaps for shelter or hunting opportunities, and getting stuck. Many were digested alive. The study called it a death trap for amphibians. And it was the first clear case of a plant routinely preying on vertebrates. Think about that. A quiet plant in a North American bog, turning salamanders into soup. The deeper we look, the more these plants behave in uncanny ways. They count touches, like a Venus flytrap. They remember feeding events and close faster next time. They adapt to prey patterns, even learning when to close tighter for larger meals. One 2021 study found that the Venus flytrap uses electrical signals almost identical to those in animal neurons. Each touch sends an action potential, like a tiny nervous impulse. Enough signals and the trap closes. This isn't just reaction. It's threshold-based behavior. And then there's their strategy. Some pitcher plants don't kill at all. They partner with tree shrews, who perch on the rim to eat nectar and defecate inside. In return for a safe snack, the plant gets fertilizer. That's not predation. That's mutualism, an ancient negotiated trade between plant and mammal. And no one taught them this. Here's where things get even more curious. Why do some bladderworts fire their traps even with non-living particles? Why do some sundews secrete enzymes without food present? Why do some pitcher plants produce no digestive enzymes at all, yet still catch and dissolve prey? And most importantly, how many more species are still unknown? Botanists believe there are dozens, maybe hundreds, of undiscovered carnivorous plants in remote mountain forests and underground springs. Some might be small, some might be massive, and some might behave in ways that defy everything we think we know. These stories aren't just strange, they're important. Because they show us that life is endlessly inventive. That behavior doesn't require a brain. That response doesn't require movement. That power can come in silence. Carnivorous plants are being studied for soft robotics, pest control without chemicals, environmental sensors, and and memory systems inspired by biological thresholds. And as their habitats shrink, scientists are racing to study them before they vanish. Because once a species is gone, its secrets die with it. The mystery of a plant's sensitivity. The story of a new species in an uncharted swamp. The final trap that no one ever saw spring. All of it lost. So next time you walk by a quiet patch of moss, or peer into a strange cup-shaped flower, ask yourself, is this just a plant? Or is this something more? Is it waiting? Watching? Counting? This marks the end of our journey. From the deadly traps, to their ancient evolution, to the eerie mysteries still unfolding. Which story haunted you the most? The tree that ate a woman, the plant that dines on rats, the shrew that trades poop for nectar? Let us know in the comments. And if this trilogy opened your mind, please like, share, and subscribe to Science Beyond the Lab. There are more stories coming. From stars to swamps, from myth to microscope. Thank you for growing with us.